This is the roof of the world, and it's more important to NATO now than ever. The Arctic has never been busier. Thinning ice is opening new sea lanes, increasing naval traffic, and creating new opportunities for NATO's potential adversaries. The alliance has responded with Arctic Sentry, a new military initiative to boost its presence in the high north. What's at stake? And why is Arctic security important to all allies? The Arctic Ocean covers more than 14 million square kilometers. That's roughly 1.5 times the size of the United States. It's mostly covered in ice during the winter months, but that ice doesn't reach as far as it used to, and it recedes faster, leaving the seas open for longer stretches of the year. This has led to an explosion in maritime traffic. An opening Arctic means more links between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, trafficked by ships carrying everything from natural resources to commercial cargo. From 2013 to 2023, the number of ships passing through the Arctic grew by 37%, and seas that are open to merchant ships are also open to military vessels. Russia has increased its military activity in the Arctic over recent years, setting up a new Arctic command, reactivating Soviet-era military bases, and opening new ones. It's a clear signal of interest in this previously sleepy part of the world. You might ask, so what? Is there really anything up there besides polar bears and puffins? Well, it's not so much the ice, but the waters beyond it. From the Arctic, you can get to the North Atlantic, the first 2 letters of NATO, by passing through the gaps between Greenland, Iceland, and the United Kingdom. In the event of a crisis, securing this gap would be vital for protecting reinforcements traveling between North America and Europe. This territory is so important that NATO has launched a new military initiative to secure it, Arctic Sentry. The activity is part surveillance, part show of force, and part training exercise dedicated to familiarizing NATO allies with the rigors of one of the hardest places on Earth.
Arctic Sentry is our way of synchronizing all Arctic activity conducted by allies to increase Arctic security and to make sure that we have increased our common situational awareness in the Arctic.
In Greenland, Denmark has contributed to the strengthening of NATO's presence in the Arctic by deploying troops on training exercises, including Special Operations Forces. Greenland is sovereign Danish territory, and while the Royal Danish Navy has long patrolled its shores, the increased troop presence signals a new era of commitment to defending this most remote part of Allied territory. Denmark has also invested in new patrol ships and surveillance aircraft, which will let them monitor the waters surrounding Greenland for suspicious activity. And roughly 300 kilometers across those waters, the dramatic landscape of one of NATO's founding members rises from the sea. Though it doesn't have an army, Iceland is vital to Allied security. The austere island nation known for jaw-dropping views and surprisingly glamorous horses is, in fact, a watchtower guarding over the North Atlantic. Its Coast Guard operates powerful radars that give allies constant awareness over the surrounding seas. Its airbase at Keflavik is host to a squadron of U.S. Navy sub-hunting aircraft and a rotating detachment of Allied fighter jets on standby to defend Icelandic skies.
Iceland is in the middle of the high north and the Arctic. It's a very important place for the common security of the Arctic region. And since Iceland don't have any air force of their own, it's a collective mission for the NATO to provide the security to this region.
Being here together gives us great situational awareness over this environment and also a presence that is needed to defend every inch of the territory.
In early 2026, the Swedish Air Force sent a detachment of Gripen fighters to the island as part of Arctic Sentry. They were joined by fighters from Denmark and Germany for a few weeks of air patrols and integration training, expanding their view into the surrounding waters. Allied fighter jets regularly deploy to Iceland as part of NATO air policing, but not usually in these numbers.
We have trained together with the French, with the Germans, with the Danish, and supported by Iceland. So it's been a real success story for us in this operation.
While Iceland stands watch over the North Atlantic, NATO's Northern European allies have been hosting a course on winter warfare. Their students are soldiers from many of NATO's 32 allies. Their classroom is one of the coldest, most remote places in NATO. For years, Norway has hosted Cold Response, a large-scale exercise that pits NATO allies against a simulated aggressor and the environment. This year, they co-hosted the exercise with Finland. With tens of thousands of troops participating, this is one of the largest Arctic exercises in NATO's history.
A lot of allies come to Norway every winter to gain basic knowledge about this region, how to survive here first, and then how to operate effectively and to fight here. And we say that if you want to be able to fight here, you need to train here.
Stuff that works in Italy doesn't necessarily work in the Arctic.
Among those who came to learn Norway's harsh lessons are the US Marines. Famed for their toughness, the Marines are also good students. Over the past decade, Marine units have traveled here to learn how to move, shoot, and survive in the Arctic. It's not easy, and it's definitely not comfortable.
So imagine taking 600 Marines, 300 of which have never seen snow before in their lives, and they land in northern Norway in mid-January. It's likely the most difficult environment to fight in the world.
The Marines bring the secret sauce to survival in the Arctic: endurance. But here, endurance only gets you so far. Beyond that, you need to know how to survive a fall in freezing water, how to ski with heavy loads, and how to move and shoot in thigh-deep snow. For those skills and more, they have excellent teachers in the Norwegian Army.
We're used to this kind of weather, and I hope we can pass on that knowledge to our allies, and especially the United States Marines.
And in this exercise, learning isn't just a one-way street.
They have a lot of experience from all over the world that they bring into the Arctic field, so we can learn from them, especially with all their capabilities in terms of weapon systems and the way they work with fires especially.
Ask a Norwegian soldier why they're so good at surviving in the Arctic, and you'll get a dose of typical Nordic humility. They were born here. They live here. Why shouldn't they be good at it? Whatever the reason, Norway plays an important role in preparing its NATO allies for combat in the High North. The skills they teach during exercises like Cold Response could make all the difference in times of crisis.
In 20 years, exercises all over the world, I've never worked with better hosts, both from a hospitality standpoint, but also from a critical skill set and the ability to transfer that skill set to allies fairly rapidly.
Meanwhile, allies are hard at work in a nation that shares NATO's longest border with Russia, Finland. After Finland joined NATO in 2023, abandoning decades of military neutrality, NATO had to rethink Arctic collective defense. Fortunately, they have a powerful new ally.
The geography changed when Sweden and Finland joined NATO. We have to revise the plans, and now we are rehearsing those plans. And it's important to protect the northern flank and make sure that the transatlantic links is in our hands.
As part of those plans, France deployed a group of Alpine infantry to exercise Cold Response. These are mountain troops, used to freezing temperatures and rugged conditions. Still, no matter how tough you are, you can learn something from the Arctic.
La différence avec l'entraînement fait en France, c'est que même si y a toujours la neige, il y a toujours le froid, le fait que le terrain soit sensiblement différent change beaucoup. Ici, comme tout est plat, tout est couvert par la forêt ou par les lacs, c'est un combat un peu comme sur la mer. On peut aller partout, donc on manœuvre assez différemment de ce qu'on fait nous dans les Alpes, et donc c'est très instructif pour nous d'apprendre ça des Finlandais et des Suédois.
Now more than ever, NATO's potential adversaries have their eyes on the High North. And keeping these frigid waters free and secure requires the efforts of all 32 NATO allies.
I mean, everything is connected, and the security situation we see in Southern Europe, across the Atlantic, Central Europe, and in the Baltics is also connected to the security situation in the Arctic. So that's why we approached the 360 idea of NATO operations. And our presence here and our capability to deter and, if necessary, defend is pretty central.